Hello there you, and welcome to an absolute slaughter that we've got here for you today. The Blood Ravens, being the clumsy so-and-sos that they are, have managed to crash land a large portion of their forces on the planet of Nlthanial in the upper reaches of the Gamma Quadrant. Now, they did all survive the crash, however, they find themselves on a Nurgle-infested planet with a swarm of 1 million poxwalkers about to descend upon them, and they have no choice but to fight. To that end, they've taken up a position in this rather lovely valley here, hoping to bottleneck the forces of chaos until evac arrives. With 200 Blood Ravens and 25 Dreadnoughts at their disposal, this should be the equivalent of a vacation in the toxic Laguna beaches of planet Terra. Let's find out what happens. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick off this Space Marine holiday. In total, 225 of them stand ready to receive the charge of this insane amount of poxwalkers. Oh my god, what is going on here? Why have we got... Okay, so it appears that one of the units has glitched out here. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Firing its beams. We've now got an orbital cannon that's joined in. That's what we're going to say that is. For some reason, one of our assault dreads here has ended up in the sky and has decided to rain fire from down above. Oh my god, that's absolutely insane here as the poxwalkers come charging in. Already 16 to 17,000 of their number have been cut down here as our assault dreads go charging in. Now, there's about 20 of these melee dreadnoughts here, and we've got 5 of these. Well, we did have 5 until one of them got abducted. It's still up there, it's still firing away, but yeah, we've got 5 of these assaults here. Obviously, look at the firepower that they're leveling out. Absolutely devastating here for the poxwalkers, who, look at this, powered by the warp, are charging headlong right into their dreadnoughts, and they're getting torn down because of it. Already 37,000 of them have lost their lives. Oh my god, our melee dreadnoughts here are just going to hold this line indefinitely. Like I said, this is pretty much going to be the Space Marine holiday here. These dreadnoughts able to withstand things like knobs, Chaos Space Marines, and stuff like that. So a Poxwalker army should be an absolute piece of cake here for them. I'll actually be genuinely amazed if we lose any of our units. Look at them! They are simply evaporated upon contact with anything here that is Space Marine related. Let's go have a look at the Blood Ravens here, just standing over in the background with their bolters. Sort of feeling a little bit inferior to the firepower that is coming out of the Dreadnoughts. However, everyone in the Space Marine army here is playing their role. I love how these Dreadnoughts, the firepower they're just laying out into the enemy. It's absolutely insane. When you really think about it, actually, the amount of firepower that's in a Dreadnought assault cannon, it is like it's the equivalent of a battleship that we have in the modern day, realistically. It can just spew out thousands of rounds of ammunition, and all of them are high explosive. Then, of course, you got their melee combatant brethren here. Unfortunately, we can't get the flamethrowers working on these. There's no flamethrower ammunition in the game yet. Maybe one day, if the devs do add that kind of ammo into it, we'll be able to get flamethrower dreadnoughts. They have got the flamethrowers here on the models, as you can see, but unfortunately, they're just not usable. Instead, relying on the gigantic crushing powered claws that they've got, which are doing a fine job here of tearing open anything Poxwalker related, and those that aren't crushed are simply exploded and evaporated, eviscerated by the deadly assault bolt of fire that's coming out here. I do like this though. I'm kind of glad that one of them glitched out, and it's just, it feels like we've got orbital air support here. Like, that is something that this game lacks at the moment, is flying units, like proper flying units. You can get it to make it look like units are flying, but at the end of the day, the hit model for the unit is still on the floor. So it doesn't kind of work out yet, but look at this. The Poxwalkers here, completely melting so far against the defense here in the Dreadnoughts. I've got to imagine that the cannons here are only superheated at the moment. We can see one Dreadnought just chilling over here. He's having a bit of a holiday, doesn't want to join in the fight. He's just quite happy watching his venerable brethren over here just annihilating the Poxwalkers. Let's go have a look at the swarm over here, because I know that quite a few of the bullets are actually going stray when they're coming up from the Space Marine line here. But it's still hitting someone. Look at that! Like a death cannon from above. just raining down death right into the lines. Oh my god, so many are dying here every second. In fact, what I think's amazing is that half of the kills aren't even being accounted for, actually. Because a lot of them are dying to AoE and full damage, things like that. They don't actually go towards the kill counter. So that 160,000 kills there is actually a heck of a lot more than that. Like I said, they started off with about 3 million. So, yeah, they've really cut down the number here. Oh my god, that's an insane death amount here. No, they didn't start with 3 million. They started with 1 million, sorry. But that's an insane amount of firepower. Oh my... Are these actually going to do anything? Like I said, this is going to be a Space Marine holiday, and that's exactly what it's been so far. I don't think they've even put a scratch on a single Dreadnought yet. They're just covered in the blood of their enemies. I actually wonder, how long can a Dreadnought fight for? Like, what kind of thing powers it? I always wondered this. What powers a Space Marine suit? Like, can they just go on indefinitely? Are there, like, nuclear reactors inside of them? In that case, how do they stop it from exploding should the Space Marine falter in battle? I'd love to see that, just each Space Marine becomes a miniature nuke. But yeah, I am absolutely loving the slaughter that we've had so far, ladies and gentlemen. The body piles are starting to mount up really high, and this is a proper Warhammer site now. Dreadnoughts atop of a pile of corpses, smiting the enemies of the Emperor. I mean, you've got to imagine that the bodies underneath these Dreadnoughts have just been mushed to an absolute pulp. Not only have they got these things on top of them, which are like, what, 200 tons, you gotta say, for a Dreadnought, something like that. Yeah, let's say about 200 tons for a Dreadnought. I'm gonna say they're really heavy. So they've got to be mulching all them bodies underneath it. Then you got this orbital bombardment kind of fire just coming in down here, raking in right through all the lines. That's going to be mushing all the bodies. And then you got the bolter fire and the assault cannon fire. My god, there's just going to be nothing but chunks underneath that front line. A massive pile of chunks. Oh my god, look at this body pile here. The POX walkers simply evaporating against our Dreadnought front line here. The brethren in the background laying down monumental amounts of firepower, helping out where they can, ensuring that the flanks over here are not getting overrun. It looks like our Dreadnought, who was... oh no, he's still over here having a rest. He's still taking his time. I mean, is this kind of heresy, or is he just having a malfunction? We don't know. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's not heresy. The amount of dead chaos here at the moment. This is a lot of dead POX walkers. I love these Dreadnoughts as well. They are so stompy. Look at that. Just smash. That's it. About 100 zombies die with every single... Look at how high these body piles are. Oh my god. I absolutely love it. And then into the flanks over here, we have got some heavily concentrated firepower coming from the assault cannons. That is a lot, especially when they all start focusing fire. You just would not want to be in the mix of that. Hey you, welcome to halfway through the video. You've made it this far, so why not hit the like and subscribe button? You're clearly enjoying it. Anyway, back to the video. And it does look like that our support fire from above here is doing a lot of work, picking off a lot of the POX walkers before they even get to the front line. Oh my days. Look, let's just go down into this, into the actual swarm of chaos here. Look at all the explosions going off. Now, if this was real as well, let's add a bit of reality to this. If this was real, each of these explosions would be kicking out, like on a person, would be kicking out bits of shrapnel and all sorts. It'd be an absolute massacre to have this kind of firepower on the battlefield. You would need literal billions to be able to take on Space Marines, and I quite literally think that is what's going to be needed here, because still the Space Marines have not taken a single loss here. Absolutely loving their holiday, absolutely loving their holiday location at the moment. They have killed so many of the POX walkers as well. Like I said, what you got to remember, we went from 1 million here. It says they've killed about 300,000, and there's about 300,000 remaining. So that's about 300,000 then that have died to things like fall damage, splash damage, or just unaccounted for things. And I love this. Such an iconic sight, seeing Dreadnoughts atop of bodies like that. We really have made
a gigantic body pile out here, haven't we? Oh my god, look at that. Look at all the blood starting to flow. I don't know where it's going. Oh, it's starting to pool up over here. Not quite deep enough for little Timmy yet. That's unfortunate. Maybe we've got one on the other side, on this side of it. No, it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. We've certainly got a lot of bodies, though. Our Dreadnoughts here, holding out resolutely, not letting a single POX walker get past that front line. Oh my god, so many of them have just been torn asunder right now. And this fire from above has got to be helping out a lot as well, because you've got to think the firepower here really can only aim at the flanks or the top line here. So the firepower coming from above is just devastating the rear lines before they even get close, which is really helpful actually. And like I said, the fact that the Space Marines haven't taken a single loss yet, but have got 333,000 kills under the belt, that's quite an achievement here. I'd love as well how much this firepower coming out from the Space Marines here just lights up the battlefield. Like, if this was nighttime now, it'd still look like daytime, just from the sheer light show of the explosions that are going off. And all these bullets that are just flinging off into the next stratosphere. Look at this. Even shots that are missing the front line are just landing right into the middle of the POX walker horde, still taking out lots of them. Look at that laser beam fire as well from the support fire. Oh, someone is having a bad day over there then. That is awful. He just minces so many of them. Oh, that is a horrific way to go. Though, to be honest, getting crushed in the pneumatic claws of this dude is not a much better way to go. Look at all these bodies here, just sliding down the back end. We're making corpse pyramids, ladies and gentlemen. The God Emperor of mankind, we are erecting them. I don't think it's the Space Marines here that are going to be needing the evac. I'm pretty sure that vehicle here are going to need the evac. Oh, I love this. How can they lose this many troops and not even gain a single inch of ground upon the Space Marines? I'll tell you how. Stupendous firepower. Ridiculous amounts of it, just obliterating the enemy left, right, and center. Though it does look like some of these Dreadnoughts are actually getting pushed back a little bit. Maybe sheer weight of numbers is starting to take its toll, because they were just on top of this hill here now. You can see there's one dude up here. He's refusing to give up any ground. He's like, no, if you boys are going to hang back a bit, I'm going to go forward and keep on stomping, baby. Oh my god, what a way to introduce the Dreadnoughts. Absolutely fantastic body pile that has been made here, and still not a single loss to the Space Marines, just the way we'd expect it. Let's go have a look at the Blood Ravens over here, what they actually see. Oh yes, I absolutely love it. Look at the firepower there coming out of the Dreadnoughts, and we've still got our backup Dread over here just chilling in the background. Oh my god, yeah, how is anything ever meant to live through a Space Marine firewall? The amount of firepower that comes out of them Dreadnoughts is really ridiculous. And these are just, like you said, your standard assault dreads. You got things like your twin length blast cannons, and then you got your plasmas, and there's all sorts of crazy stuff that these Dreadnoughts can be equipped with here. You know, heavy flamethrowers. And it actually looks like we're oh, where is that evac? It's not needed, ladies and gentlemen. The Space Marines here thoroughly enjoying their vacation. Look at this, as the last of the POX walker horde here starts to literally evaporate right before the Space Marines. Now officially, canonically here, the Space Marines have got 413,000 kills, even though over 1 million have actually died here. So yeah, look at this. This is what 1 million corpses piled in an area looks like. It's really tall. It's actually stupendously tall when you think about it. If a Space Marine's about 8 foot, let's go grab a Space Marine here. Let's go see. So a Space Marine's about 8 foot tall. All right. So let's go see how high this dude is here compared to the actual body pile. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. I reckon you can get maybe about 5 Space Marines on top of each other there. Easily. Easily. My God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the Space Marine holiday as much as I did, because that was absolutely fantastic. And as always, I hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who helped keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button below. As a reward for being a channel member, your bonus content is now available, so go ahead and check that out. And if you're after some content that's not necessarily Warhammer related, go ahead and check out Chaotic Pinky Plus. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.